All right, everyone.
You literally
cool.
said some gay
Everyone,
shit.
chill the fuck out.
This
This is Good Evening Podcast. This is the seventh one.
Sorry, I'm so calm and relaxed, everybody. I'm super tired. Nick just sucked me off to completion, and my God,
That's not even. That's
that doesn't make me gay because it was a guy. It makes Nick gay because he did it.
You weren't there at all. Like you weren't like a willing participant. Because then you're saying
No, because you guys can't see it, but outside of these lines, there's a fucking array of ropes and pulleys that he had me strung up by, so that he could suck me. Had me strung up, facing the floor, so that he could suck me off like he was a little baby deer.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I tied Jack up because he is a little boy and I am capable of physically dominating him.
No, he tied me. He tied me up so that I wouldn't get mad for him trying to make me gay, and then just crush his skull with my bare hands. The only reason I'm able to stay calm right now is because, again, I was sucked off to completion.
Is that true?
No.
Sometimes I go into a blind rage, and then people have to tell me afterwards what I did, what kind of violence I committed.
Yeah, and what had to be done in order to stop you.
Yeah.
You had to get sucked off by a guy.
So then I got sucked off by a guy to stop me?
Both of us.
So you
do it because you're gay. I do it because, God damn it, I can't help myself.
Well, hello. This is Good Evening News, the podcast.
Hi.
We're going to keep it pretty brisk today because I don't know if that's really the right way to do it, but we're going to be light. We're going to do it quickly because for a simple reason, a pretty easily identifiable, and that reason is because the show wasn't very good, so I don't want to talk about it a lot.
Oh, this is news to me. This is Good Evening News to me.
Yeah, the show this week was
Yeah, you watched it through?
Yeah.
Was it that bad? It had its ups.
It had its
downs.
It had some big downs. It wasn't.
It had a couple of people with downs.
A lot of it wasn't even really on the performers, because kind of out of the gate, the audience wasn't really on board.
No,
because there was some fun stuff that did okay up top, and I think honestly I didn't help the matter. As always, this is Jack Timmons, who is the co-host of Good Evening News. I am Nicholas. I am a producer. I'm Nick Cox. I'm a producer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here as a spokesperson of Necromancer Nick. So heretofore, I will be using the term "I" to refer to Necromancer Nick, as opposed to.
And keep that in mind.
Keep that. It's really important.
Mikey is out of town.
To know. And
also will be out of town tomorrow for the show. Patrick DePari, fan favorite. I don't even know if that's true, but we like him.
Patrick DePari,
He'll
person.
be hosting with me tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
That will be fun.
What's Mikey out of town doing?
Mikey's out of town for a funeral. I couldn't come up with something funny for that. He literally is out of town for a funeral. Yeah.
Yeah. His boyfriend died.
Yeah, his boyfriend died. Fucking got his ass.
Hell yeah. Well, this one started off like most of them have been starting off lately with a national anthem by the one and only Yonder Wizard.
Yonder Wizard.
I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand.
Yeah, this is pretty fun. I think I will say that's one of my favorites. For this, that song specifically, there's a character that I have done a few times on the OG Good Evening run, and then later on some Casey Rocket shows, where I wear a diaper and I'm a baby.
The Boston toddler.
And I did at the Creek a couple of times. I had this bit where it was like I told the sound guy to cue up that song, which is Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. And I was like, hey, it was the thinnest premise, but it was just that I was up there and nothing but a diaper. And I said, you guys ever what was it? You guys ever try to look up Irish drinking songs, but you only end up getting Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls? And then he starts doing it, and then I start dancing like a baby. So I might throw that. You guys might get treated to the only time that footy's ever been released.
That would be fantastic. Do you still have that footage?
I have every time I did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when you're all looking up Irish drinking songs on Spotify? And then you accidentally type in Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. And here you are crying in the middle of a TJ Maxx again. DJ, kick that shit. Y'all motherfuckers just don't understand. I'm not scared of you motherfuckers. What do you think, you're better than me? Huh? Go fuck yourself. Trans beer.
You just accidentally put in like a sound on nut video. Oh fuck, I forgot, guys. Fuck, this isn't the right video.
And then okay, so you guys had, let's see, I got some headline jokes.
Headlines were fine.
There were two, so I got this one right here I thought was funny.
YMCA in Rhode Island had to conduct emergency evacuations this week after a steam room malfunction. Steam machine ran out of cum, I guess. Automatic hit. Say cum.
Uh-oh, you guys walked right into that one.
There's something I like that is about telling people they walked right into something that they didn't have any, they didn't do anything.
Yeah, and it wasn't a
They
roast,
just
it
sat
was
there
just
and
a
you
joke.
told a joke to them and you said, you walked into that.
You walked
like,
into that,
what are you talking
dumbasses.
about? We literally did nothing. But that was fun. And then this was my favorite headline joke.
Yeah. Diet experts have discovered that if you are fat, you don't necessarily have to work out. As long as you are also dumb, you'll sweat while you're reading. That's good news.
That's just a good joke. That's just a good damn joke.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
That's
I like
a
that
good
one.
Damn joke.
I like that one right there. That's a
You're
good
getting
one.
cut off. You guys squeeze in a little more.
Am I getting cut off?
A little bit.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna sit here for the rest of the time. Don't touch me, you fucking freak.
Fuck.
I don't know why this camera is a little bit tighter than mine.
It's the lens.
It's the exact same lens.
What?
It's the exact. I'm using my lens on this camera. Whatever. It's not important.
Nah, not important.
And then okay. So who came up first? The first person that I believe came up. Oh wait. Will was me.
That's you. Yeah.
But then I blew it because I came up. I was getting some laughs with whatever the initial thing was. It was like fine.
Oh, Mikey brought up Jimmy Carter again.
Well, yeah, but that
Which
happened.
At that point was an inside joke.
Yeah, but that also came after I ruined it. So
Oh.
I started with, like, I came out, we had, like, whatever, like, I said something about, like, do you know how unlikable you have to be for that one joke to bomb? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but
that was pretty funny.
but the part where I lost him was, like, the most obvious way to lose an audience, which is to tell them they suck.
Oh,
right?
yeah, you did.
At
You went on
the
a little tirade there.
I thought it was going to be funny, and it,
No.
upon listening back, it didn't land at all.
No, it didn't. It was kind of funny to me, though, while I was there. It was like, wow, you're really going in on him.
I feel like I'm doing better than this fucking loser-ass audience right now.
What the fuck? Whoa, hey man, we're on their side and
You
protecting
fucking-
them against you.
You fucking dipshits are bombing right now. dude.
What, us or the audience?
Who's
I mean,
bombing?
at points you, but more times than
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Which, for the record, I stand by that, but I shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that wasn't the hottest start.
No, but what are you going to
lesson
do?
learned?
Every now and again,
Sometimes they suck, and it's important that they know that.
it's true.
Let's see. I came in after. Let's say so. We had that, and then who was the first person? I believe it
Will
was Will Merrick. Yeah. So Will Merrick came in, and his was fine. He had a pretty thin premise,
Thin premise, quick bit.
quick bit. The whole thing was like a few minutes long.
Yeah.
And
They
I
had some
think-
good pops in there.
Had some good pops. However, the fact that he like kind of bailed on it
Yeah, he did. Bail.
right after I had just told the audience they were bombing, I think it was like I did
it
the wrong
wasn't
thing,
you,
and then
yeah.
he just happened to like his would have been fine if I hadn't have just queued him up in a dumb
Yeah,
way.
Your argument went completely out the window after that.
Yeah, I was like, you guys don't understand. This show was great, and then it was like, is it? And I was like,
Is it?
fuck. So,
Shit.
Nick, any guesses?
Super ugly penis. I don't know, man. I'm just.
Somewhat unsightly penis. That is our first guess.
It's that fucking easy, folks.
What are the chances?
Oh, my.
We didn't.
So you can't really argue
That was
with
pretty
that
good.
one.
That's just good.
I felt pretty proud of myself for that one. It's that easy, folks. It's that easy. Okay, who came up after that? I think it was after that we had, let's see, Anthem, Buttback, Donnie 2. I think it was after that it was Jack Flug. I think. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jack Flug.
Yes,
came
it was
up.
Jack Flug. Who, the bit, I enjoyed the bit. I could see how people in the audience may have not.
Yeah, I can see that. That's fair enough. However, they're wrong. And everyone's allowed to be wrong from time to time.
Yeah. You're allowed to be wrong. You're allowed to be the dumbest people in a room.
Yeah.
And that's your right.
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to be the stupid idiot in
Yeah.
a room.
Somebody has to get into, also the other funny part about the show, you can't tell from watching it, but for some reason, and I don't know why, I don't know what they did Sunday, but Sunset Strip is closed on Monday. And what happens with the show is typically the Sundays are pretty light, so the chairs are all set up pretty much ready to go for the Tuesday show, which maybe they put like 80, 90 seats out there. There was every seat in the house they had set up in the room.
There were like 250
There
chairs
were
out.
like so many fucking chairs. Every chair they had, and they were all out, and everyone was just kind of throughout the room, just lackadaisically kind of filled in.
So no one was. Very few people were close to the stage.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was kind of insane.
It looked nuts. It looked like we had just snuck in and taken the stage from a show that was
Yeah.
supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
In fact, there were a couple times during the show where people brought extra chairs up on stage, and I think I made the joke of being like, "Oh my god, where'd you find that one of the? Oh my god, we had more chairs to put out. That's crazy."
literally like. So you guys can't really see in the video, but this is from the video is very zoomed in. It's taken from the very back of a big ass room,
Yeah.
and the way that it got so that is the bulk of your chairs. Typically at Good Evening, there's a side of the room. There's like a whole flank. We don't usually set up any chairs for like over there, but those were all set up too. So there's like an extra 70 chairs off to the side, in addition to the extra 100 set back. So it's like
There are a good 180 chairs if you fill the whole room up.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Wild.
It was ridiculous.
So funny though.
Yeah, because who knows? Maybe one day maybe we should do that every time, because then one day
one day
50 people will be there.
180 chairs up.
Yeah,
I think it'll get there. I know it'll get there.
yeah. But see, so we had that. After that, so we haven't even watched the Flug ones yet. So here's the first Jack Flug bit. The first thing I thought was funny, where Jack Flug just came up, and he was Sarah Wheatgrass, which is a lovely name.
It's a lovely name, and he did not change his appearance whatsoever.
Didn't change his appearance, and changed his voice just a tiny bit to make it a little bit softer. It's very soft already, but Jack made it just a tea softer.
My name is Sarah Wheatgrass.
Which I thought was pretty nice.
That was pretty nice.
I like
It was
that.
very soothing.
It was quite soothing. And then he had this one later.
Supplement I take, it is a horse pill.
What does that do?
It contains 98% horse.
I like that.
It contains 98% horse.
Yeah, it's a horse pill, and you imagine it's horse size, but yeah, it contains 98% horse.
98% horse. I asked him. I was like, "What's the other 2%?"
Oh yeah, and he said lithium.
He immediately,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's lithium." I was like, "All right."
But yeah, this
so
was
quick,
very
so
funny. I had a good time with him on it. Like, yeah, the premise is thin, but the jokes were good.
98% horse.
Yeah, horse
The
pill,
horse pill.
98%. What do you mean? It's like so obvious, you dumbass.
That's so funny.
After that, we had what time? Are we at? Oh, we're doing pretty good. After that, we had. I believe that's when Lemaire came up.
Yes.
Yeah, and Lemaire came up, and in Lemaire fashion, had
Mhm.
nothing prepared, and we watched some YouTube videos. And so this was fun. We don't really have to talk too much about most of this because, frankly, on the stream, our apologies, you couldn't hear shit. It was, well, a couple things. You couldn't hear us because, so the way that it works, it's very confusing for some of the, we have a couple different sound guys and stuff at different times, but the way that it works is we have a mix on the soundboard that goes to the speakers, and then we have a completely separate mix, like for every, so if you set the volume in the room, you then have to go through and set it again on a different mix.
Yeah.
For the stream.
Did it really not go?
It came through.
This is a 9
Triple
minute
H
long.
Tycoon is a simulation game in which the player explores the world of adult entertainment.
Oh.
It came through so well. This isn't a great example, but the ones that did come through were so unbelievably loud you couldn't hear us talking at all.
It's brutal.
Yeah, so sorry about that. And then on top of that, we didn't know that there was a buzz. Which
So it's the cord.
Which lasted for some time, and we were like, "Man, this is crazy!" It was so loud in the room that it sounded like it was like the floor was rumbling. And then
I
we
was
were
starting to get a little upset, and then Ray came up
yeah.
and was like, "Hey, it's the cord. It's just in at a weird angle," and I just fixed that, and then it stopped.
Because I ain't got no brown. What are you celebrating today?
It's so funny. You fix it, and immediately you're just like, "Ah, shit."
Yeah, immediately I was like, "All right, well, I feel dumb. That's completely my fault."
I also did lean over and say to you at that point, "You should be really embarrassed right now."
Yeah, he did. He did do that.
Just to really make sure you can't let people just feel good
Yeah,
because that's wrong.
that is wrong. You have to put them down in order for them to learn.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll just be
Yeah.
an idiot forever.
And I learned that from my father.
Yeah, that's important.
That's important to
That's what
talk
dads
to
let you know. And if you yell a little, it really
Mm-hmm.
drills it in. Following that, I believe that's when Nick V came up as
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Autism.
Stone Cold Steve Autism, and I got to tell you, it seemed promising at first, and then it turns out that I don't believe Nick V has ever heard of wrestling, because he came up, he said I couldn't find a bald cap, so instead I wore a helmet, which is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
And
We also have 2 bald caps back there. He didn't show up in time for me to show him where they were.
yeah, and
In regular Nick fashion, love Nick to death, shows up halfway through the show when he's about to go up.
yeah, and I realized that as we talked about with the 2 separate mixes, one for the stream and one for the room. In the room, we had music, but on the stream you hear the buzzing, but you don't even hear the Stone Cold Steve Austin music at all.
Fuck.
But something that was kind of funny was also because he doesn't know how Stone Cold Steve Austin does his thing.
Yeah,
What Stone Cold does is Stone Cold will say a very like a single short phrase, and then the audience yells "what?" and then he keeps going. So it would be like, "Case of beers,
What?
shot of tequila,
What?
shot of whiskey."
What?
It's pretty simple. And instead, Nick came in with this stupid dumbass thing.
Yeah. Every time he said,
Roblox. What? He's yelling "what" louder than the crowd.
yeah.
It was so nuts, dude. I was looking around like, this was a fun wordplay angle, and you have blown it. I wouldn't talk shit on most people like this, but Nick, I hope you see this, you fucking dumbass.
You fucking dumb fuck. I did talk to Nick. I would like to bring this bit in as like not super regularly occurring, but an occurring bit where you just hear the music in the middle of the show.
And he just pops in.
And he pops out. And we go, "Oh no, it's Stone Cold Steve Autism." And then he does it. We'll get him a bald cap this time to make sure that.
I also like you talking about that, like about plans for future things. It made me think of, we were at a bunch of us were yesterday. We're at an Irish pub, and I think it sounds fun to do. Well, also because I'm not going to be there next week, so then Scott might just be playing fiddle anyways.
Yeah.
Scott Fillmore, you guys have seen several times. Scott might just be taking my spot on the show for that one. But in the future, he and I could play Irish jigs, and everyone has to do a middle-aged themed,
Yeah.
like not middle-aged, like 50 years old.
It's like a Ren Fair.
Yeah, like the Middle Ages. Yeah, like it's like a medieval like Ren Fair episode, and it should be called Good Morrow News.
Good Morrow News.
Yeah, and I think
That would be very fun.
I think that would be very fun. Because we'd only need like 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
We need like 5 segments, and as long as the music's themed and everything, as long as the show gets to an hour 10, because we usually go like a full hour and a half.
Yeah.
So if we could just be a little bit shorter. We have like 5 people, but it's like themed. I think sounds very fun.
Need to get some. I want to get a crowd fund together to get Nick V also some chainmail armor.
Yeah,
So that he
couldn't
can
cost
do-
a lot. He's tiny. Look up for a doll.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah. Yeah.
After Nick, that's when I believe we had MK. No, Gareth. No, MK. MK came up after.
Yeah. MK came up.
And she came up, and the bit was fine. It suffered like. It was her first time doing the show.
Mhm.
She's been a couple times, a couple or a few times, and she had the like a good idea and everything. I will say she got it pretty quick. She had you on Epstein's Island.
Our fact checkers have confirmed that this is not photoshopped. It's a real photo.
Yeah, that's why you're always saying stuff like, well, I call him Steven.
Damn, dude, the fucking sound really. Is that the whole time?
Yeah, that wasn't the whole time. It was her whole segment though.
Mm.
So it was her segment and Nick's segment, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
MK was her first time. Not the best segment, and that's kind of just like the first time jitters with it of being like.
But she had some pops.
She did have some pops.
She had some pops, and there's it could be good.
People do this sometimes where they will try and kind of overdo the character, and in trying to overdo the character, they will have this whole monologue segment to their bit, and the monologue segments go well if it's the whole bit. You'll see Colton Jones do it from time to time, where he'll have a full written essay with PowerPoint stuff, but mostly it's just he's reading off this thing, and it's well thought out. And I've noticed when it's like these character bits, those don't typically go well because the characters, they expect something very goofy, dumb, silly, and then when you throw in that stuff as well, it's very hard to make it. I don't know. It's very hard to make it very cohesive through
Yeah.
the whole entire segment.
It's also like you just kind of have such a short amount of time
Mm-hmm.
that you need to go up there and like you really do have to like condense it to whatever the core of it is.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have this character where she's freaking out as like an Alex Jones thing,
Mm-hmm.
I guess a simpler way to go about it would be just to go up there and freak out a whole bunch
Mm-hmm.
as Alex Jones,
Yeah.
or to give a big long like speech, but keep it like that you're not really being a silly character. That's just the title.
Yeah, that is the title. Also, Conrad used to do something like this, and even he, it took him a couple tries to get it down. I think part of the key with the InfoWars stuff is not actually sitting on those points that Alex Jones makes, which you'll see her do, which she'll like hit some of the key
It was
things.
too real.
Yeah, it was too real. It becomes too real. It becomes too much like Alex Jones instead
Yeah.
of the goofy. I'm making parody of it.
It's hard to parody. It's just really hard to parody something that's already kind of a parody.
Yeah.
Alex Jones is already sort of a parody of right wing news.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna parody, you have to be so insane that it's like,
Yeah.
but it really has to be like so absurdly insane. If you can't really take
Yeah.
their points and parody them because that's sort of they sort of already that they're already there.
Yeah, you almost just take the energy and put new points in.
Yeah.
That's
Like
the,
rather than saying that the frogs are gay, you need to be saying that the frogs are trying to make you gay and that you don't want to, but you keep having sex with the frogs
Yeah.
because that's
Okay.
they're not just the vaccines aren't making the frogs gay, the vaccines are making the frogs irresistible.
Yeah, that's
what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's pretty good.
You have to take their point to another place.
Hmm. And even with this, with her doing Alexa Jones, I thought there would be more of like what if Alex Jones was a girl? What would the points be? And that was never touched on.
That is an interesting idea.
That's just where my
She could do it
my
again.
audience
do,
brain
do
goes.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
But also for those of you guys who were watching on the stream, the buzz was so fucking brutal that
Yeah, it
you
doesn't
had
really
no idea how, even if she was killing, it would seem the same.
Sorry, we're fixing the buzz. I'm just gonna unplug it while people are not using the.
No,
sound
it's
from the
well, the
laptop.
problem is that because of that sub mix, they're not turning that down. So what Ray needs to do is, rather than Ray or Colt or whoever is running it, all they have to do is, instead of just moving the fader down, if you move the fader down,
Yeah.
it only affects the sound in the room. If you hit mute, it kills it on all outputs. So if you just hit the mute button on it, then it doesn't come through. So that's all they have to make sure to do.
And just hit the fucking button. Nice.
Yeah. So at MK, then we had Gareth.
Fucking Gareth. And Gareth, by the way, I do love Gareth, but my God.
I feel okay. Whenever we started at Sunset, so OG Good Evening News had no dicks. There was no nudity. There was very few. I mean, it was the theme still, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it's
we
call
just-
things gay, make fun of the host.
same general vibe. It just, we didn't show as much, and like the second or third thing at Sunset, I remember I had some, like, I think it was just cartoon nudity too, and then eventually it was Lemon Party and some other stuff.
Lemon Party.
And then there was the only one that I wasn't on because I thought I couldn't make it or something like that. It was one of the early ones at Sunset, like the 4th or 5th something. But I had access to the Google Drive, so I put those in a couple of other people's slides that weren't expecting it, which was fun.
Yeah.
But I feel bad that kind of that I uncorked that because it's well. Again. All right, we're back. Sorry about that.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, turn around. Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck.
So we're back.
Back.
I don't fucking remember what we're talking about, to be honest.
I'm talking
Gareth.
about Gareth, the nudity.
The nudity is out of control.
Scoot back in.
The nudity was a little nuts, but nuts.
Come on.
But the only thing that I think the thing that I thought was the funniest about this, though, because the audience was so dead and Gareth's whole thing is rooted around it being nuts, which actually it started brutal because the audience, like everyone started brutal, but he really actually got them because
Yeah, he did, because he got mad at him up top.
He
too.
got
Like,
mad at him.
Get the fuck up.
Yeah, well, check this out. This intro.
Almost didn't make it out here.
Fucking Gareth, everybody.
I'm so curious how this is gonna go.
Guys, get the vibes up. What the fuck's going on? Woo! The vibes are down. Just
It's just like, it was so funny to hear him come like, hey, and they don't reciprocate. He's like, hey, though.
Come on, guys. What the fuck?
Yeah, which is pretty
Guys, what the fuck is going on out here?
Yeah, he really didn't know what to do with that. But and then we closed it. I think that was everyone until we had Ryer. Ryer came after that.
Well, another thing about Gareth's thing. So if you do continue to, you are an avid watcher of the show. First, thank you. Second, fair warning: the next 2 weeks, Gareth will be on because he had, unbeknownst to me, roped himself into a 3-part segment plot line where he's going to basically give like a Lord of the Rings lore
Of you
of
and
the
Dick.
show. So
Oh, good.
yeah, and it's going to what I would assume have tons of gay porn. And if we get demonetized this quickly, my God, I would not be shocked.
Yeah, that makes sense. We had Ryer come out, and Ryer did
Oh, hats.
hats, which was fun. At first, we played there was like a Ryer video and stuff, and then she came out after that, and she did hats, which was very fun. I don't know that it worked for the most part.
Yeah, but it was very
but it
fun.
was very fun and very silly, and it was a silly time. First one I had was this right here.
You could do a double
you
duck.
have another hat. Oh my God.
Double duck. It's kind of like double dutch, but it's with ducks and.
I double duck dare you, and then
Double duck area.
double duck dare you, and then they say, what does that even mean? I said, I double duck dare you.
Yeah, that was a funny thing. Also, there's something so funny just about surprise. I had another hat this whole time.
yeah, that's pretty good. You get another hat. Where did that come from?
And this is one that I was proud of myself for.
Do you guys want to know why this duck is begging for change?
Why?
Because he's addicted to quack.
Oh,
Yes.
He's addicted to quack, everybody. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty dang good.
Comedy's easy, and people don't talk about that enough.
People don't. No, they
People
don't
talk about how fucking easy it is.
Very, very easy.
It's so fucking easy. So that was cool. And then to close it out, we had, our perennial closer, which is the one and the only Mr. Donnie Haynes.
Mr. Donnie Haynes.
And he had the first thing. Oh wait, so we were doing the thing because he was doing he was like a medium kind of, and he was a psychic, I guess, and so I was enjoying the whole Twilight Zone music thing.
Now, Nick, your last name, I want to say it starts with the letter V. Holy shit. All right. Now, Nick.
Oh, we also did, the fog machines came out again. I forgot about this.
Oh, yeah, the fog was insane.
So
It doesn't
fun.
really translate on video. It just gets a little bit hazy in the video, but in the room, it was like people were coughing.
Oh, it was crazy.
It was gnarly. And then Donnie, we ended with. So I played because he told like a goofy Seinfeldy joke. So I played the Seinfeld music. And here's how he responded.
That was a nice little lick, Nick. You could keep hitting those if you don't mind. Little funky, spooky season. Little tiny man. Little cotton man on my little tiny hand. He's a man with a little bit of severance. Reading your tiny minds and just being kind of sweet, just having a little fun. Clap along, come on, you know the words.
Everyone always knows the words to Donnie Haynes songs.
It's
Like,
true.
you guys know the words.
It's
yeah.
so funny. 'Cause it was such a slow roll to the end. And especially when they're not on board the whole show, when Donnie comes out, they're like,
What?
what?
That's the crazy thing about this week, though. All right, so sorry to break the illusion for you folks, but we frequently don't have a full crowd. And also...
It's getting better, though.
It is getting better.
Very good 30, 40
but
people there.
it's not out of the ordinary for a bunch of people to come out, like, or for at least a handful of people to get there, start the show, and then like just we're not done. We know the show isn't necessarily for everyone. They maybe were coming in to thinking it was a normal stand-up show. It is not, and so it's pretty standard for a portion of the audience to leave because it was free. They're not very invested.
It's free. It's a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
Then
it's like 11:30.
11:30,
11:45. Nobody left. Everybody stayed, and just didn't really like it.
It was crazy. It was insane.
Everyone was there.
And they were there, and they would give out some pops every now and again, but for the most part, they're just like.
It was a tough one. It was brutal. But you know what? We did it. We finished it.
We did do it. And there was a funny one in there where he gets to the end of the song, and he goes, wait, Jack, do you have the slides up?
Oh, yeah.
And I go, what? Did you send me slides? He goes, yeah, I sent you slides. It was all the karaoke lyrics to the song.
You guys didn't even know the words of the song.
Oh
That's
my
weird.
God, I feel so dumb. No wonder you guys didn't know the words to the song. What the? Oh my God, Jack, God damn it.
Hell yeah. Well, that was the show. That was
Yeah.
the show.
That was the
and
show.
it wasn't our hottest one, but we had some good things. And now you know some of the background as to why it was good or wasn't at points.
Yeah.
So if you come out to the show next time, then maybe it'll go better because more people will be laughing. Unless you're watching it because you don't like it, in which case, fuck you.
Fuck
eat
you.
Shit.
Keep watching, dipshit.
Hey, sit and spin, dumbass.
I'd like to say we're making money off it, but we get a copyright infringement every time we do an episode.
That's right. $0,
$0,
baby.
and you're sitting at home laughing at how fucking bad it's going.
Yeah.
It don't matter to me, baby.
Yeah. But anywho, that's that. So love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.